the last time.
Welcome back as we look to kick off the game for the Opal Bowl between the UNSW Raiders and the UC Stars. The Raiders finished on top of the competition this year, remaining undefeated for the entire season, quite closely followed behind by the University of Canberra Stars. What can we expect today, Mitch?
Look, I think it'll be a running game. I know both teams have been fairly well versed in moving a ball around to a lot of the different running backs that they have. I expect a little bit of trickeration, a little bit of the shake and bake, for lack of a better term, and I think they'll really look to try and exploit different weaknesses on each one of the teams to be effective.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess the strength of the Raiders is their O-line up front, giving them the ability to run the ball confidently. The Stars do have a bit of a passing game as well. I'm not sure who's going to take the field for quarterback today. Obviously, they've got Danny DeGroot, who's played at both club, state and national level in that position. But it obviously remains to be seen who they start with in that role.
Blake, having been to a couple of Opal Bowls yourself, what goes through a coach's mind as you're seeing the coin toss?
Yeah, I guess that's when the nerves really start to kick in, right? As much as you prepare and as much as you rehearse what you're going to do on the day, there's a lot of things have to go right. There's a lot of moving parts, both on offense and defense, and I guess it only takes one player, one person to be out of position, miss a tackle, miss a catch, and it can really change the whole momentum of a game. And I think we saw that last year. It was sort of a back and forth match between the Raiders and the Rebels. A couple of missed opportunities by the Rebels, I think, would have got them across the line there. But I think we're in for an awesome game today. Obviously, Dane, the head coach of the Raiders, has been coaching women's football for a number of years now. Again, both at club, state and national level, so a lot of experience there. So I'm keen to see. He's always got a couple of tricks up his sleeve, a couple of plays that we haven't really seen during the season before. So I'm excited to sort of see what he pulls out of the bag for today.
No, I'd agree, and I think the ACT team, the Stars, have got a combination of some different team members from across both ACT and New South Wales, and I'll be interested to see what kind of trickery they can bring to the table to try and give themselves an edge, because my understanding is that they haven't beat the Raiders.
Correct, the Raiders are undefeated. I think they've met each other 3 times this season. And hats off to the Stars. Obviously, travelling up from Canberra is a lot of commitment. Obviously, this year we were able to facilitate a couple of home games for the Stars, which is nice for them to try and help to continue to grow the game. But making the trip up to Sydney each week with the numbers that they have in their squad is quite a sizable undertaking.
Now, for those watching at home, women's obviously play 7-man football. So how does that differ to the conventional football that you would see in the likes of the NFL?
Yeah, unfortunately, we did go back to 7-a-side this year. We were at 9-a-side last year, which was a step forward for the game. But the reduction in player numbers forced us to go back to 7-a-side this year to be able to sustain a competition. But 7-a-side, there's a lot of green grass.
Yeah.
There's a lot of grass because they still play on a conventional full-size field.
Little pooch kick there. Covered and trying to cut back across field into the open space in the green grass, taken down by 82 and 21. Solid commitment to the tackle there.
Well, we've got an injury straight up off the first play. But yeah, Mitch, I guess with 7-a-side, that most of the time the conventional O-line is a 3-person line, and usually 2 D linemen. In years gone by, the 7-a-side has run on a smaller field, so there hasn't been as much green grass, but to help with the continuity between all 3 competitions, Colts, women's and men's, the fields stayed the same this year. So I think if they can get to the outside early, they can find that green grass and they'll be in the end zone in no time.
That's it. I think we'll just have to wait and see what the play or the result of the injury is on the field.
Not the way you want to start a game on the...
No, it's quite difficult, Blake. An injury in the first play is problematic. You can see here she comes back across the field, looks to do a little bit of razzle-dazzle there and gets held up and potentially...
No, I think it was the other player that's injured.
Oh, no.
Not the ball carrier.
No, non-contact injury. That is a terrible situation. Limping off to the sideline. We hope she recovers and is able to return to the game.
So the Raiders will kick off, or start the drive here on the 38-yard line.
Looking to see what they can put together here. Under centre. Tight end. One wide receiver wide. Looking for the snap and a pitch to the running back. Running back trying to get to open field and green grass. Cutting into the inside. About a 11-yard gain there, Blake.
Yeah, again, I guess if you've got the right O-line that's up front, we saw some downfield blocking then. This O-line is very experienced. Again, we speak to the levels that they've played at. A couple of the players have actually played overseas in the competition in the US.
Well, we can see by the Outback helmet that they do have some star-studded players. Looking at an empty set here, trips to the field, looking to rely on the quarterback's arm strength, looking down, climbing in the pocket, shot to the middle of the field, slant, 9-yard gain. Well tackled and covered by the Stars defence, but still significant first down play.
Big yardage plays, both players. They're
Big chunks.
There's not a lot of grass left before the end zone, so hopefully the Stars can rally here and try and get a bit more of a stop. Obviously, the Raiders have the ability to run and pass. And with so much green grass, there's a lot of open areas there to get free.
I feel like the green grass is a trend for you, Blake. You know, it's something that you have mentioned multiple times. And
I'm a big fan of green grass.
I can see that, sir. I can see that. So, look, a little screen to the outside. Missed a tackle. And we're going to see a sprinting downfield. Oh, we get a block that frees up a touchdown for number 47.
Flag on the far side of the field. We've also got a new official that's entered the field in a lovely pair of black shorts, Glenn Bowles. We've been...
The man, the myth, the legend. Glenn is a catch-all in GNSW who facilitates many roles, but most importantly of all, he gets out there and does what needs to be done. And the flag has been waved off, which will mean that the result of the play is a touchdown. Touchdown to number 47. Nice little shake there from the defender. They were covered up, but they just got mismatched down that sideline. Great offensive start. Interested to see what the two-point conversion looks like. It's taken me a little while to wake up today, but I am in the zone. Empty, QB keep, looking to drive downfield. Stopped before the line, but looks like she stumbles through.
They've got it. Quite a heavy formation there. But the Stars got some good penetration in the backfield, but second effort there.
Couldn't make contact. Here you go, replay from last, breaks the tackle. Look at this key block there to run two defenders into one another, sprinting to the end zone for a touchdown. Great velocity downfield and key block made by number 27.
I'll have the opportunity to see what the Stars have on offense here. We obviously don't want to see the Raiders get away too early, but that was a powerful start for them.
Yeah, like a hot knife through butter, Blake. It was a challenging start. Hopefully the Stars can come to play and look at what they're able to muster on the offensive side of the ball.
Booming kick downfield.
Grace Murphy
Fielded.
to make the return.
Taking a cut across field, but swamped by Raiders defenders.
Not a lot of blocks there on the kickoff. They're going to have to definitely address that so they can get a few more yards on the return. Oh, pre-snap motion and a fumble of the ball. Timing wasn't quite right on that one. Got a jet sweep with a lead out block out in front. Good space out there in the green grass, Mitch.
Yeah, it's look, there's definitely seems like an approach by both teams to try and find where the open space is. And as you mentioned, with less defenders on the field, there is a lot of it. Twins formation to the left-hand side, running back to the right, looking at what we're going to do, get a little bit of emotion to chip the defensive end to try and attack the open field. Good ball security, stumbling for the 2nd and 3rd yard, past the line of scrimmage. Well done to number 4. That should create a first down for the Stars. Checking with their risk coaches, play calls going in. Motion again, trying to attack the green grass, shifted to the outside, little trickery. Chain, oh dear.
They muffed it on the first one when they tried to go with that jet sweep look. It just seems like a bit of a miscommunication between the quarterback and the motioning receiver. That's after a confident start and getting the first down. It's a costly turnover, nice and early.
It is costly, and it's again, these are the type of games, running clock when they're running the ball all the time.
Raiders lining up with a tight end, a single receiver look. Tossed to the air, opens backside.
Tackle for a potentially 12-yard gain. Great vertical up and speed by the running back. Great stop there on number 42.
Trips formation to the left, empty backfield. Another look here for the Raiders.
Really relying on the arm strength of the quarterback here. Little screen, be able to get into open space. Driving downfield, great hands. Don't believe that'll be a turnover as the momentum had stopped. Yeah. Oh, looking to cut back.
Enough for a first down. Raiders within striking distance here. Again with the tight end, single back, single receiver look. Fortunately, defender not sticking to their assignment there and letting the receiver get free. Not a lot of resistance early on, Mitch, from the Stars defence. The Raiders are moving the ball pretty easily at the moment.
Yeah, they seem to be quite unimpeded. I think the execution of the Raiders is the particular thing that's fascinating to see. You know, they execute at such a consistent and high level so often. Obviously, they're training for specific things, but I don't think that you see a lot of different elements either. Like, it's built on fundamentally sound bits and pieces that they're trying to manipulate the defence in ways that they know they'll get an outcome. So even if you see this here, you see strong fake handoff, hand transition, ball swapped and thrown on the run. I understand that 47 was uncovered, but the fundamental element of that is absolutely great.
Oh, nice tackle in the
rely
backfield.
on this empty formation again, but coming off the edge like that, there is no implications to the blitz during that period. So, look, I hope, I think that's one of the challenges that we see with a lot of football in Australia is the ability for people to get the amount of repetitions and practice that they need to have to be able to execute at a level that makes it achievable to succeed. We're seeing with the Raiders that they obviously have a real attention for execution and the quality of doing those elements, whereas what we've seen with the Stars at the moment is one of those things where you do get people from a variety of different areas and you don't always get a lot of time to train together, so being able to combine those factors becomes a little bit more challenging.
And we have to say the Raiders have been together as a team for a number of years now. That core group has been together and played not only at club level, at state and international level. And with that experience just comes a level of precision that was seen early on in this first quarter. Oh, got to the outside. Good cut back here. Some great yards. Oh, she's away. What a great return. Couple of missed tackles there. And reading the holes extremely well. That is a fantastic way to turn this around, especially a big momentum shift, hopefully, for the UC Stars.
I think it has to be recognised, the criticality of special teams, especially when we're not talking about 11 players on either side of the ball. the amount of space that's available on any type of special teams play is terrifying for a coach. Incredibly hard to make sure people can track in space and do all those things correctly.
Raiders have come down very heavy on the running back there. No real yards to be gained. They're unsuccessful for their 2-point conversion.
Great opportunity for a replay here. You can see it press the Holston, start to cut outside, create some leverage to be able to cut back in, and then there's just these 2 missed tackles that make it absolutely critical, and then leaning in the Jets and getting in to score a touchdown with a nice little flex at the end there to show them who's boss. What a day to be a kick returner. If that's not an advertising clip for the sport of football, Blake, I do not know what is. Not that one, the one before. Excellent.
Short kickoff here. Great tackle. Great downhill tackle. That was squared up. Good contact.
I do love the sportsmanship that you see in the Women's League. They're always really supportive of one another and making sure that they get back up and assisting each other. Tunnel screen, good catch, no yards, unfortunately.
Pass falling a bit short there to be able to make yards after catch. And they lose about 2 yards on that play. Oh, that's a backward pass. That ball is live. And they've been able to recover it. Nice work. Wasn't a lot of awareness there for the running back on the swing pass there to recover the ball.
And the turns have tabled just like that. I think it is the beauty of the football game itself is that you can't really take a play off. I think in the previous, I'll watch it here in the swing pass, thrown backwards under the pressure, missed the recovery, but it looked a bit like Cam Newton there, waiting to see what happened to the ball on the ground. I think you can see it here that the recognition was just not where it needed to be.
No, and it was a tough pass. That definitely wasn't a catchable one from the QB on that occasion. Grace Murphy getting to the outside, turn upfield for a gain of about 5 on that play. Stars blocking is looking really good.
Like, that wasn't a bad adjustment for what we expected to see on the run. You know, it's a 6-yard gain.
We're definitely in fourth down territory because the turnover opportunity just isn't really here with a field goal or anything of that ilk. So I think the idea that, you know, you really only have to get 2 yards on each one of these carries is something that's going to be really appealing. Trying this jet sweep or rocket sweep again to cut it back.
Oh, that play is
absolutely fed.
C has got through completely untouched there.
And made no qualms in introducing herself to a little bit of that runabout motion. Looks like we've got a timeout to the...
The Stars looking quite clunky around those motions with the receivers coming across. The timing's just not quite right. A couple of fumbles, and that one just looked a bit slow and delayed, allowing the defensive lineman to get through and make a pretty good hit.
And we are seeing that the sun has burnt all the clouds away and the temperature on the field is soaring.
Mitch, maybe at half-time you can get down there and give us a report on the ground.
I look pretty good from the booth there, Blake. I don't. I think I can see how hot it is, and that's sufficient for me. The heat stroke is not my best friend. But so look, it's 4th and 10. We know that the experience that we've seen with the Women's League previously is that they don't particularly kick field goals.
I don't think I've seen a field goal.
No, perhaps not.
In my time?
Yeah, no. So, but then punting is potentially in question if they want to try and pin them in the 1 or the 2 yard line. But similar to a game previously, I think the idea of trying to go for it on 4th is the right way to go. You'd want to be considering what type of play selection you're going to be talking about here from an offensive coordinator point of view. You want to understand what are the plays that can get you 10 yards, what's the success rate on those plays. When you're looking at different things, some people know that the certain plays will give them X amount of yards or things like that. But we're looking at maybe potentially a little bit of trickery here. Seeing the throw on the mesh come back.
Short.
Little bit short.
The right idea, though.
Yeah, that's it.
Having some open space.
Definitely a 10-yarder that they could have been able to hit.
And the Raiders will take over here around the 25-yard line. Look to bounce back.
Oh, okay, so we're seeing toss with a pulling guard, running and cutting back up the middle, well tackled on what appears to be approximately a 9-yard gain.
Trips to the left. QB keep up the middle.
Running to the open green grass on the
Has she
side
got
of the
the
field.
wheels? She's
Kept on her jets, running.
That's a QB carrying the team on their shoulders there, Mitch.
Yeah, that's it. Run straight on the green grass, Blake.
Don't know if I've seen greener grass before, Mitch.
I don't know. It looks pretty green. Not as green as the Raiders' uniforms. But yeah, a disappointing turn for the UC Stars, having created a good turnover there down at the other end of the field, but then just seeing these big plays open up. I think fatigue becomes such an issue. The teams are not huge in regards to the number of players on each one, so when they are playing in this kind of heat, it just becomes increasingly more complicated. In the empty, heavy set, again, looking at what's going to happen here, potentially just a run-in, a little bit of fumble and trickery, falling over, recovering. Look, it's a no unsuccessful 2-point attempt.
Both teams looked a little bit clunky around the connection between the centre and the quarterback early on in this game. So Raiders out to an early lead, 20-6. Momentum's in their favour. Stars have had a couple of things go their way early on to achieve some points on the board. But if you
some great stats on the screen there, Blake. So 3 from 3, 17 receiving yards, 95 rushing yards. It's hard. It'd be hard to be mad about that.
You're a big stats guy, Mitch, aren't you?
I'm a big stats guy. You know, looking at those kind of completion, 100% completion percentage there. I think it would be hard to be angry about the success of the offense at the moment. Dane is looking cool, calm and collected on the sidelines despite the sweltering heat. But let's see how Ollie goes when the heat gets turned up in the kitchen.
Grace Murphy returning the kick for the Stars here. Oh, that block was shed pretty effectively on that one.
Yeah, there was a violent block shedding that occurred. I think it was great to see some fundamental skills being used that they've clearly practiced a little bit. Yeah, it's great to see. I love the versatility that we see with the offense here and defense. Sorry, specifically on the Raiders, in that, you know, they've got different people in doing different roles, and I think that's what allows them to be successful, especially when the temperature is skyrocketing and they're trying to maintain their composure. Looking at some cold water on the shoulders there, trying to bring core temps down. Yeah, let's see what the Stars can get going for them. Oh, tunnel screen coming back, cutting to the open side of the field, looking to it, breaks the tackle, but gets sat down 10 yards downfield.
And Mitch, traditionally this isn't a sport that's played in summer around the rest of the world.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a winter sport, or at least if we are seeing it played, we're seeing it not played in the height of summer, where it's seen in sometimes a spring league kind of thing that people start to get a little bit more into. But yeah, autumn to winter is the time that we suggest people put on helmets and shoulder pads and run around on a field. So it does show a level of toughness on both sides of the ball here to go and be successful.
And is that the end of the first quarter?
It is.
Quick quarter, a lot of running plays.
Yeah, I look at, and I think a heap of completions and the clock doesn't stop, you know. So 3 from 3, not bad.
100%.
100%.
Quick maths.
Quick math. Not good at any other math, so that's the trick there. But I think, no, there is some fundamental, I guess, elements that you can see being effective here. And you can see that the Stars are trying to expose some limitations in the defence broadly in how they're approaching different things. Oh, hammer meet nail.
Two Raiders in the backfield like that. The blocking is just not happening up the front.
No. There was some miscommunication, it looks there, on who's who. Communication's so vital on the offensive line, Blake, as I'm sure you would know when you participated in that position. What are the key things that you think make a successful offensive line?
Yeah, I guess knowing who you're blocking, that would be the good start, because it just seems to be a few people getting through freely.
Pass to the outside, caught, trying to turn upfield, yards after catch, spun out of bounds, returning to make it 3rd and 10.
And the Raiders D-line is being conventionally one of the biggest D-lines in the league
Dominant
over the past
D-line.
few years.
Dominant
yeah,
D-line,
very
yeah.
dominant, a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge. Dale McMillan She's a bit of a force to be reckoned with out there, and she's definitely bullying Stars O-line at the moment.
That's not nice, Blake. We don't condone bullying here at GNSW.
Getting north, another missed tackle. Oh, get the block. Fantastic to see an O-lineman all the way downfield there leading with some blocks. It's what you like to see from your O-line. Continuing to work upfield to get those blocks.
Tunnel screen back inside. I really like the circle retrace drill there. Like, it's something that we see practice a lot on the defensive line, is identifying that there is a screen and then being able to turn back upfield and chase it. That was, again, sort of great fundamentals that we see there. Showing the heat kicking in. It's so hot, I agree.
Very hot.
Very hot.
Very hot.
I was saying it. I was lip reading the so hot. It's so hot. So a little cheeky rocket toss here, turning to go outside. Sheds the block, tries to turn on the Jets, tries to do a stiff arm, but it's not going to get him where she needs to be.
We're very fortunate with the facilities here at Brookvale Oval. The commentary room is in the air-conditioned room today, Mitch.
Yeah, no, I'm incredibly thankful, Blake. I don't know what we would do without the ongoing support of Brookvale Oval and the awesome organisations that have supported us today, including the illustrious Burgerhead, who is feeding our people in the ground from one of their great food trucks.
Yeah, Northern Beaches Council obviously maintains and manages this field. It's fantastic to have them on board supporting us again this year.
Run to the outside, going to the left, comes downhill, swamped by Raiders defence. Somebody having a little bit of fun in the sun there.
Fourth down. Running back in motion. Looking to set up the pass here.
Caught in the open space, being shut down. Big miss, trying to cut back. Oh,
first down. They've awarded the first down. That was a close one.
I like what they're trying to do here. They clear out space with the wide receivers for the running back to catch the ball in the flats. Yeah, look, I think there's just a lot of opportunity that can still be used to try and get points on the board.
Bit of misdirection here.
A little bit of trickery, falling forward.
No gain on that play.
Injuries are never good to see, especially with this heat. Though it is common to see people have to pull up short and sometimes be taking more things. Seeing Wally run out onto the field. Wally's our medic, who will make sure that she gets assessed and is ready to go back on the field.
Typically, it isn't one of the hottest summer days that we've had yet this year so far. Top sitting around 30 degrees today. We are fortunate that there is a bit of a sea breeze being close to the beach as we are here on the northern beaches. And unfortunately...
God's country, Blake.
God's country, yes.
Yes. The lucky few. Great to see her be able to walk off the field on her own capabilities. Great work, Wally.
The other people that need to manage the heat are the officials.
They do. They are well stocked. I was down in their sneaky room earlier. They only got a whole pack of goodies and some treats that they're not sharing with anyone. So I appreciate it, but I know they're going to keep them to themselves, and that's all right too. They weren't open to a bribe, which is great to know. The quality of the officiating has been exceptional with the white hat of this game being Nathan Wakefield.
Good pickup of yards there from the Stars. Bringing up 3rd and short.
Pushing the pile, trying to get it forward.
I think we have a pre-snap penalty there from the far side.
Looks like that the receiver's going forward prior to the ball being snapped, which is against the rules.
We must stay lateral until the ball snapped.
Lateral.
And especially when the receiver can see the ball and they are heading towards the direction of the snap, we should never be moving forward prior to that. Can be a little bit harder once you have gone past the position of the snap, but whilst you still have visibility of where the ball is, costly mistake there for the Stars. But that has brought up 1st and goal by the looks of it. So maybe that was waved off, Mitch?
Looks like it was.
Timeout called by the Raiders.
The only thing I can do is get out a quick ball. So we need to lock off that quick window with our DBs. Make sense?
You don't want to close on the same side as your team.
Yes, and man up. Yeah, inside shade.
And do you want double A's?
I don't care what you guys do, but I want 4 people going. Safety, you play the middle of the field like the end of the slants.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go, there's no deep ball.
First and 2 for the Stars here. Oh, we've got a reverse here.
Oh, open field. Great way. Misdirection. Hit him with a little bit of the razzle-dazzle.
Bit of trickery there from the Stars. Looks like another change up at quarterback potentially there. Part of the trickery was obviously to try and show that it might have been a QB keep design play there.
2-point conversion stuffed in the backfield by number 95. So this has actually ended up closer than I think we thought was going to be. Oh, early kick, trying to get yards, but brought down. It's a great return by UNSW Raiders. I think, like, yeah, we were sort of experiencing early that they, you know, the Raiders had started to run away with it a little bit, but they seem to have lost a small amount of momentum. I don't want to speak too soon, but the Stars have sort of come thundering back.
Yeah, I think early on it definitely looked like the Raiders were about to run away with it, but the Stars seem to be clawing their way back into this. If they can eliminate a few of those clunkier mistakes between the centre and quarterback and the motions, I think we might be in for a bit of a game here.
So deep pass downfield, received, open field tackle. Defender slow to get up, but maybe taking their time. Clock stops until the chains are reset. All right, 1st and 10, under centre, toss to the outside, corner reads it, extra trickery, throw to the touchdown. Great decision.
That one looked a little bit too easy there, Mitch.
Yeah, again, we harp on about the Raiders' execution, but that looks exactly how you'd want it drawn up.
And obviously on the defence, one of the things that we do teach is keeping to your responsibilities.
And the corner came off thinking they knew what it was. Next minute,
Touchdown Raiders.
touchdown Raiders. You know, it's a hard line. Corner is a thankless job. Just broadly, you know, you're only ever noticed when you haven't done the right thing.
Criticised heavily.
Yeah, criticised heavily.
Applauded
Yeah,
never.
that's often wrong, never in doubt. So there's definitely, and we're back into this empty set. QB pop pass over the top, intercepted. It's thrown to the ground. nice open field move there, but really just the Raiders
Not much blocking
and
up
tackle.
front there, Mitch.
They just rally and tackle
Yeah.
so well. Like, they stay in their lanes. They play fundamental football. They're not trying to do anything too crazy. They're just playing what's in front of them. I quite liked the play previously where they did, hey, we built in this toss. We know that they're going to start to come down on it. The minute we see them start to come down on it, we transition and throw over the top. It's just a maturity and seasonality of play calling that, is really important and shows a depth of knowledge in the game that you don't always get to see. I think play calling coming in from the sideline here. Offensive line getting down and set. In with the rocket toss stuff again. Fumbled.
Mitch, this at the 4th or 5th.
Yeah, well, we did talk about a lot of mental mistakes, I think, in the previous game, where the favourites coming in were making mental mistakes in the context of that. And I think what we're seeing here is a timing mismatch, like the challenge of bringing teams together from different areas and trying to get them together in a way that helps you mesh those kind of fixtures. Any type of motion that requires a handoff with the running back or the quarterback or the wide receiver, you have to practice and practice and practice because everyone runs it a little bit differently. Everybody does a couple of different things. Cutting back to the outside, bottled up again, but looks like an extra yard or two.
They're coach killers,
Yeah,
that's for sure.
It's impossible to recover from when you're making those little mental mistakes that stop the play rolling where it needs to be.
And they seem to be happening early in the down count for the Stars. These mistakes, and something they're going to really have to fix up as they head into the half time.
But we did see, in a reflection of the last game as well, that halftime adjustments are incredibly valuable. If you're continuing to run what you ran in the first half, we expect teams that you may not have had an answer for it, that they will have an answer for it. And you know that you've got to be able to adjust that and do the best that you can in the space you've got. So hopefully we see some halftime adjustments here. We're seeing a motion. It looks like we've got a 2-minute warning. Oh, delay of game. Yeah, wow.
Stars are not doing themselves any favours at the moment. I'm sure the coach is losing a few strands of hair out there, which wouldn't be helping him with the heat on the head either.
No, that's it. And he's not wearing a hat. So we do encourage everyone on hot days like today to be sun smart and wear appropriate slip, slop, slap, wrap.
No hat, no play today?
No hat, no play is a metric that I always use. Screen pass to the running back in space, dodging a tackle but swung down for a 3-yard loss.
That'll bring up 4th down, and
this may be a punt situation. Like this could be potentially a situation where we see the punt team come out. How did special teams work for you as a 7 and 9-a-side head coach?
we were fortunate. We had a pretty good offense, so
Yeah.
we weren't backed up a lot in terms of having to punt. We were fortunate in a lot of occasions to be able to drive the field and score. But I guess when we are punting, those gunners out the side are pretty imperative to make sure they get downfield, get off their blocks, and put pressure on the kick returner. I know I've said it 1,000 times today, but there's a lot of green grass to return that football, and if they aren't forcing the runner back inside where there's more help, and they get to the edge, they're away then.
Yeah, the sideline is less of an ally than an enemy in 7-a-side, whereas I think when you look at when there's more people on the field, you're actually using the sideline as an additional defender. That's much more complicated when we've got seven people running around on each side of the ball. So it does. You see a lot more contain-based plays. You see a lot more focus around trying to bottle everything up versus keep it to the outside, and trying to rely on your speed to be able to condense the return and prevent it from being damaging broadly to the teams you're playing against.
Oh, we got a, we got a punt.
No,
Not a bad kick.
Not a bad kick. Takes a great bounce.
Let it.
Takes
No,
it.
you
No.
can't. You can't score off the kick unless it's touched, unfortunately. But probably would let that one roll a bit further. It seemed to be going the right direction to where you wanted to end up.
Yeah. But again, you know, time coaching. There are new players. It's a common mistake that we see. Special teams and the ball in the air. People just start to get rose-coloured glasses about the proximity of, hey, I want to get it.
It's one of the things that you want to spend more time on, but when you're focusing on offense and defense, special teams definitely sometimes fall to the wayside. But again, they can be momentum shifters and game winners on special teams.
And we see a lot of that more specifically around the time spent in training is commensurate of the amount of time you spend in a phase of the game, and special teams just doesn't fill up so much of that. But its value is so much more important than the time that's spent even in games. The disproportionate.
Fumble by the quarterback here. Took their eyes off the ball a bit too early there.
Lucky it was only a couple of yards short, so they were able to not lose significant yardage.
Had a minute left in the first half.
Looking to probably see Dane try and get downfield a little bit here with his play calling. But, you know, there's that's a huge chunk of yardage to be able to get, and there's been no timeouts called just yet by Dane and Co, I believe.
No, I believe the last one was taken by the Stars.
So there is plenty of time on the field, but yeah, we see the expansion of the first time out by the Raiders here. Seeing a cut up back across the field, really getting, 12, 13 yards at any point in time.
It's a game of yards, Mitch.
It's a game of inches, Blake. I agree. It was an illustrious speech run by many a coach who's fallen in love with any given Sunday, but I think it is something that the sports tried to encourage people to understand, is that the nature of tackling and what it used to be was really held up on the idea of trying to reduce downfield movement, whereas what we're now focusing on is keeping our head out of the tackle, making sure the sport's safe, and trying to react quicker so that you're in a better position to prevent a downhill run and rather than getting up to it as such. So rather than stopping the downhill run, preventing it from occurring. So I don't know what happened there. I think it was another team called a timeout.
Stars
called a timeout, right. There's a congregation of coaches on the field.
Looks like Danny de Groot has entered the game at corner. Traditionally, she has played quarterback in previous years gone by.
It's the closing drive of the half, so I think you want to try and make sure that nothing leaks out over the top. You're able to play what you need to play here. Seeing a tunnel screen, fake over the top. This is the prime example of what you need to try and be careful of. Knocked down, not yet out of bounds. Timeout called. With that last play, time expired. We will be going into the half, 15-minute half time, and then we will be back for the second half of the Opal Bowl. Currently, Raiders leading the Stars 26-12.
Well, Mitch, welcome back for an exciting second half of football.
I've been here the whole time, Blake. You've been lackadaisical in your attendance
Meeting
in
some
the
of the
commentator
fans.
box. Yeah, we might need to give a new GNSW title out. The crowd pleaser,
Public relations.
public relations officer.
But no, I'm looking forward to the second half. Definitely a few more points to be put on the board by both teams.
Look, the first half went fairly fast, I think is the thing. We're seeing a kick-off by the Raiders here, trying to pooch it downfield, covered on the full.
Oh, some
Looking to recover.
some big shedding of blocks there.
Yeah, there is...
A few bodies flying sideways, probably
Yeah.
the wrong direction for the Stars, unfortunately.
Yeah, the intensity that the Raiders shed the blocks is just something I haven't seen in any team in New South Wales. They are definitely like, knock, knock, I'm coming in.
Almost as violent as a car crash, the whiplash of some of those
there's
players.
some of them, the ground is unforgiving, Blake, and they are getting introduced to it regularly. Seeing one of our illustrious officials there showing off a little cheeky kick in his integrity. There we go. Mr. Steele, really indicating why he's moved to being an official. Little fumble
no,
dumble.
it's
Oh
going
no,
backwards.
going backwards, trying to cut up field. Bang.
Sure, there's a bit
Out
of
of
a
bounds.
block in the back there, but again, the Stars with the motions and that, they're not really working for them
Yeah.
at this stage. I think
It's
you'd probably look to remove the motion at the moment and just a bit more of a simpler handoff until they get the basics
potentially
right.
to settle them in. You know, I think there's the little bit of the razzle dazzle can sometimes be a little bit too much razzle and not enough dazzle, and it might be the case here. Looking at an empty formation that potentially looks like rugby league, throwing back, optioning out, just going for a run around in the green grass, trying to approach the sideline. Minor recovery on the yardage.
I think there was more yards sideways than forwards on that run, unfortunately.
There was a lot of yards run to get a 3-yard gain, correct. Yes.
We always talk about getting north. And in that time, not quite enough speed to get outside the defender to take advantage of the green grass that we've got out there today, Mitch.
That is very true, and there is a lot of green grass to cover.
Bit of sand as well.
Yeah, a little bit of sand. Field's not bad. Looking at a more conventional formation from the Stars here, and a special thanks, I think you just saw the gentleman on the screen, holding that. Balls off downfield, bottled up. I was going to say thank you to a illustrious photographer who does an incredible amount of work for GNSW, often off his own back, and just the love of the game, Mr. Jim Walker, the real legend.
Handsome devil.
Handsome devil.
If there was a Mr. GNSW calendar.
Photography,
yeah,
he would be on there.
100%.
He would be on there, yes. 100%. Oh, just bottled up. It was just a bit of a whiffed block there. You can see they're trying to shift through. Showing some blitz here. Where are they going to come from? Shake and bake. Are they going in,
Good
coming
blocking
out?
up the front.
Oh, just running downfield. Bang.
Did a great
Potentially a 5-yard gain. Getting stood up.
Great seal blocks there by the A-line to turn the D-line back inside.
We do have a person down on the field.
Has been a bit injury prone this game, Mitch. We've had a few players go down.
A few little bits and pieces. Wally's there just to double check the health and safety of the players on the field. Kid, all right. Great to see them be able to walk off the field of their own account.
we're starting to see the arrival of the Raiders and Gators, who will obviously be up next in our main event for the Waratah Bowl. Nice pass there from Alex Barker, connecting with her receiver for about 9 yards. Looks like we potentially have another injury. Or timeout. Wally springing into action again. Wouldn't want to count his steps today. He's been out there a few times. And Mitch, with the game after this, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, like UNSW Raiders are an incredibly talented team and well coached. UTS Gators have definitely leaned into a grittier persona. They're really well known for running the ball and controlling the game. Historically, with a really strong defense. So I think it's there'll be a couple of key moments in the game where you can really identify how the tone of the game's going to go. If the Raiders come out hard and score early, it's going to be a challenging game for them. But if UTS can hold on to the lead,
Snapped over the top, but I believe
recovered.
the Stars encroached on the neutral zone there. A little bit too keen to get in the backfield.
We have offsides. Defense number 2. That's 5 yards. Brings up first down. Yeah, brings up first down. 2 was in the
Giving the
neutral zone.
Raiders a first down.
Encroachment by the Stars.
Again, if the Stars could tidy up some of these things, the penalties, the handoffs, the motions and that, they'd be pretty well into this in a much bit more of a closer game than what we're currently seeing.
Yeah,
Not that they're out of it by any means, but you'd have to say the Raiders are slowly pulling away at this point in time.
I think it's just the control of the ball and their approach to the game that's really showing the maturity of how they solve these problems. 26-12 is closer than I thought it would be based on the historical performance of the teams. Be interesting to see, people's ability to make a tackle and hold up here. It's only a two score game difference at the moment with some conversions, so there's definitely the capacity for this to continue sooner rather than later.
Another handoff to the big running back. Barreling down the field, getting about 3 yards off that play. Pitch to the running back.
Outside. Yards after contact is just keeping bumbling, stumbling.
Keep the legs moving. The Stars are looking a bit better on defence at the moment. They seem to have the run game a bit more figured out than they did in the first half. A few adjustments there obviously made at half time. I'd like to see if the Raiders lean back on the passing game, because they have caught the Stars out on a number of occasions in the first half for some pretty big gains down the field, Mitch.
I think so, and this is kind of one of those positions on fourth down where they can show that they're going to run the ball and potentially pass to the receivers. It's a little bit of play action is going to really hurt here if that's what they're trying to do.
Oh, is that a backwards? No, they've signalled it was a forward pass.
Yeah.
Again, not much, not very alert in pursuing that ball from the running back, unfortunately.
Yeah, especially if the potential is that they are, it is a live ball going backwards, which becomes problematic for all those things.
Turnover on downs, the Stars to take us off here. Twins to left, single back. Another motion. They're loving the motions. They've got this one right.
Turning the corner, but pursuit bottled up, cut to the outside.
Gain of about 3 on that play.
Still all in on this motion adjustment, but a really nice run up the middle of the field as a result of the misdirection.
And enough for a first down. Another outside run. They're chipping away, the Stars.
Yeah, like that's a significant gain. I don't know where it is compared to the line of scrimmage. It sort of got a little bit
About
caught.
3 yards, I'd say.
Okay.
They're chipping away, but I guess when you're behind on the scoreboard, chipping away is probably not in their best interests with the, what we've got left in the quarter, about 3 minutes. They're going to have to start moving the ball a bit more efficiently than that and gain a few extra yards if they're to recover some of these points.
Yeah, I think there's also this element of you need to be able to do what you know you can perform with, and I think there's sometimes going to something that you're not as comfortable with, even though it might be the right thing in the game, is complicated. And I think we're seeing some, that's another first down. That's 2 consecutive first downs. They can pull a drive together here. They're fighting over the ball. See another motion here. Hand off to the outside, but to turn back up inside and cross the field. Still a minor gain, but not a bad decision, all things considered.
Great cut back by the running back there. Chipping away, chipping away. Gain of about 4 yards on that play. Bringing up third down for the Stars. They haven't passed.
Yeah, no, and I think like this is the thing. If they can keep rolling and manage the clock and get it down to a one-score game and control the narrative in the fourth quarter, they're still well within a strong position to be able to do it. It's not at all outside of reach, and you can see it here, making a run and trying to turn the corner, breaking a tackle, being able to get pulled down. They're rapidly approaching scoring zone.
Another injury, unfortunately, Mitch.
It's definitely challenging. Sorry for that minor break in our program. We're having some small technical difficulties. Yeah, so first and 10, looking to pass now, seeing if there's something open downfield. Intercept. Oh, one hand, one bounce, coach.
We did just mention they haven't passed a lot, and maybe they're sticking to the run game is the way to go.
Great coverage there, though. Swing pass. I think they should stick to this. I think they are getting more than enough yards on being able to move the ball downfield with the run and like the hybrid run than they do need to be able to do it the other way. Timeout. Wally's on the field again. Oh, just making sure he's checking over any injured players.
We have another timeout. Quarter. Oh, my apologies, returning to the commentary box. And the Stars with an important 4th down here. A reverse to the outside. And not enough yards to get a 1st down, unfortunately, for the Stars. The Raiders will take over on about the 24-yard line here. Currently 26-12 in favour of the UNSW Raiders. The Stars of defence has been working much more effectively in this second half. Obviously, adjustments that they made at half time have limited the opportunities for the Raiders' run game to get to the outside, doing a much better job to try and force the run back inside where there's a few more defenders to help out. QB keep up the middle. And just enough there from the star defender to bring down the quarterback, Alex Barker, for a small gain of about 2 yards. Third down and about 8 for the Raiders. Fake handoff. Oh, and the Stars are in the backfield. Great stop from the Stars there. Frustrating the quarterback. Unfortunately, a missed block. Sinking a lot of pressure straight in the quarterback's face. And this will bring up 4th down. Great stop from the Stars. Punt from the Raiders. Stars will look to let that one go. They want to get away from the ball, not touch it, because the ball... Stay away from the ball. If you're not returning it, stay away from the ball. Stars will take over with about 7 minutes left in the quarter. Good field position.
No, you mean Raiders. We have Raiders timeout, first timeout of the half.
Fake punt here. Trying to get the extra yards to achieve a first down. It looks like they will come up short. Turnover. Stars taking over on the 30-yard line. Fantastic field position for them to start this drive. Still down 26-12 in the fourth quarter. Stars will need to punch one in here. Try and bridge that gap with about 7 minutes left on the clock till the end of the game. Another muffed handoff, unfortunately, for the Stars, and this looks like it'll be a turnover for the Raiders. The connection between the quarterback and the receivers in motion this game has just not been there. I think it's about the 6th or 7th handoff that has gone astray and just has not worked for them all day. I think an adjustment needs to be made and potentially removing the motioned handoff. It's just not working for them and has resulted in a turnover and what would have been very good field position to try and get down the end and punch in some points. False start on the Raiders. Going to push them back 5 yards to around the 25-yard line.
Number 47.
Again, lots of little
5
mistakes
yards,
from both
replay,
teams
first down.
in the second half. The fluidity of the game isn't what it was in the first half. Obviously, heat and fatigue has come into play as players make a few more mistakes as the game goes on. Pass was a bit undirectional to who it was trying to go to. A few players in the area, but no one really in the realm of being able to make a catch there. Nice run there, and the Star defender making great yards and closing down to make the tackle. Great effort play by number 24, Grace Murphy, to pursue and make the tackle. We have a timeout. Looks like an injury to the ball carrier after a great tackle by the Stars. The Raiders within striking distance of putting some extra points on the board here. And the Stars again seem to be getting a lot of bodies in the backfield. The blocking up front and a bit of a fumble with the snap has allowed them to take the Raiders back about 5 to 7 yards. And a timeout taken by the Raiders as they look to reset and regroup. And of course, after this game, we have the Waratah Bowl kicking off at 3 o'clock with the UNSW Raiders taking on the UTS Gators in what should be a thrilling showdown of offences. This one will mark the second straight year that the Raiders have made the final, and they look to go back-to-back. QB under centre. Toss to the outside. Bouncing back inside. Great work by the Stars defender to take away that running lane on the outside to force the run back inside where she has a bit more help to shut down the play. Stars defence definitely excelling in the second half. Fake handoff. And, oh, awfully short. Awfully short. The rollout passes from the Raiders have been working pretty well today, connecting on most of the attempts. The Raiders will look to punch it in here. Less than a yard to go. And straight up the middle, untouched. It's unfortunate for the Stars. They were looking pretty good defensively there. Just a couple of mistakes and some big yardage plays from the Raiders. They were able to march the field pretty effectively. We're closing in on the final 3 minutes of this exciting match today down here at Brookvale Oval. Raiders going for a 2-point conversion. And the snap's not quite there again. Recovery by the quarterback trying to get outside, and she is swarmed by 4 Stars defenders. A little clunky from both teams today, from the snaps, the motions, just a few things going astray. You'd have to think that heat's played a bit of a part in that, and then there's exhaustion as the game has gone on. Welcome back to the commentary box, Mitch. Hasn't been the same without you.
Oh, it's been hotter, that's for sure. It's got some heat out there. I didn't venture down to the sidelines, but I was attempting to solve a minor security problem that we had. So everything is working appropriately. I think with that final score, there is effectively a dagger.
An aggressive dagger.
An aggressive dagger into the heart of the UC Stars resistance.
They've been playing very valiantly though for a team that hasn't been together as long. I think the Stars have now been in the GNSW women's competition for 3 years. Prior to that, they did have the Diamonds. It was also another Canberra-based team that some of these players have come from, but a lot of them are new to the sport in the last 12 to 24 months. So they've been on an incredible journey to get here today and, you know, put some good points on the boards against the Raiders. And I'll be excited to see them sort of come back next year and see what they're able to continue to build on.
100%. We do talk about it often, but it's American football definitely is a 3-year game.
Block in the back right in front of both officials. If you're going to do it, try and not do it in front of the officials. Fortunately, at that point in time, you are asking for a flag and a penalty. And we have another injury present. Unfortunately, we have had a number of them today. Good to see the player leaving the field under their own steam. Generally a good sign. And the Stars will take over here. Obviously, with the block in the back, they have been pushed back.
Blake not. Never trust Blake with the sliders. It's just trying to stitch us up. Oh, play action, a little bit of play action. Throw downfield, little shake and catch, but no catch.
Good read. Pass just wasn't quite there. And we'll look to approach. I think the 2-minute warning has just been signalled. Potentially by the officials. The Stars running here on 4th down. They need to get uphill to get a first down. Cutting back, finding room. Another hole. Oh, she could be away here. She got the legs. Getting there. Oh, what a fantastic run from the Stars. She's going to be gassed after that one. That was extending the play. Wasn't much happening on the near side of the field. Found some holes on the back side and put her head down and ran almost a good 80 yards of the field, Mitch.
Yeah, it was an incredible run, and I think you can see here she's just taking the time now to get that right. It was a monumental effort.
And as we mentioned earlier, we are in the heat of summer for our international viewers. Hitting around 30 degrees today, and probably feels a bit warmer when you are in the sun versus the shade. Not much of a breeze present.
Anywhere to be seen. The trees are still. What a huge run here.
Good replay.
Turns back around.
Some good blocks.
Cuts back.
The Raiders were so close on both occasions. Just missing on 2 ankle tackles there, unfortunately. Some great athleticism shown by the UC Star receiver. Getting some extra points on the board as this game draws to a close. And of course, at 3 o'clock, the men's Waratah Bowl will kick off. Make sure you stick around for that. The UNSW Raiders will be taking on the UTS Gators. As the Raiders look to go back-to-back on the Waratah Bowl Championship. And timeout taken by the Stars. Mitch, with your quick maths,
No.
are the Stars a possibility of still coming back with a minute left on the clock?
No. Unfortunately, no. It's a 3 touchdown difference at the moment, I believe. So they would draw even if they got both of the touchdowns in with 2-point conversions. So
with 30 seconds, if our accurate timing between 30 and 30 seconds to a minute, it would require a deep shot play. Sorry, that's not correct because we haven't done the 2-point conversion yet. So they can still win. There is a possibility that they do this. They do an onside kick.
Mm-hmm.
They score immediately. Do a second onside kick.
So quick maths, it's possible.
It is.
Hopefully they have practiced and trained for the onside kick. And they're successful with the 2-point conversion. We might have a game on our hands here, Mitch.
Yeah, we might. We should expect an onside kick. It's like shooter's got to shoot. We are now within, a converted touchdown, and another touchdown wins the game for the Stars.
And you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, is that?
That's it. So potentially what we're looking at here is going to be a final attempt.
A squid kick. Trying to regather it.
Yeah, cheeky little chip and chase.
You would assume the Raiders would sit fairly shallow with a few extra bodies on the front line to protect that. And thank you again to our amazing officials today, who most of them are backing up 2 to 3 games in the heat and running around. Without them, we obviously wouldn't be able to have the games that we do today at the level that we do. The idea was there. Well, we might have a strip. Nope.
So I think with that, there goes the hopes.
Dashed
on the rocks.
And I'm not sure if the Stars do have any timeouts left. You would like to think this possession will see us to the conclusion of the game. These possessions.
The original comment was correct, Blake. It's this possession. There's a single possession of the ball that transitions possession to the opposition. So your original, you don't have to correct your language around us. You are doing perfectly fine the way you are.
Bit of confusion here.
Oh, timeout called by
There's a kicking tee on the field.
Oh.
Safety hazard for the players. The official, Greg Evers, has stepped in to remove.
Cheeky little throw there.
Greg Evers is the former player as well, I believe.
Yeah, he's done a little bit of everything, old Greg.
Mr. International, Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah,
he travels quite a bit these days, doesn't he?
Yeah, he is one of our more storied officials of Gridiron Australia, recently returning from Kuala Lumpur.
His passport.
From a flag championship over there. So he spends his winters officiating in the ELF, or the European League of Football, specifically American football, which is so exciting. Unsure if this is a kneel. No, toss to the outside, potentially scoring again. Open field running, first down potentially. No, marking her short.
Looks like the knees come down a bit early there of a first down. And we have another timeout taken by the Raiders. They're drawing out the final minute of this game. Mitch, keeping us on the edge of our seats.
Yeah, like it's definitely holding on to it.
And of course, after the game, we will bring you the presentation live through the stream. We'll interview the coaches, get a few words from them, and present the awards to both teams, the runners-up and our Opal Bowl champions.
That was a really
And
good
then
pass.
we got the end of the game. Mitch, we have crowned our 2024 Opal Bowl champions, the UNSW Raiders. Commiserations to the Stars. They fought valiantly all game, battled through it, and I think the score was pretty relative.
Yeah, and to the performance of the whole
yeah,
game.
yeah,
it
correct.
was just mismatched in their top-end calibre, but an incredible battle, and congratulations to both teams. We will be back at 3 o'clock.
We'll have the presentation now, and then back for 3 o'clock for the men's Waratah Bowl.
I just need water. Alex. Alex, Alex. But I'll take it. Get them all now.
Welcome to the 2024 Opal Bowl presentation. Today we had the UC Stars battling out with the UNSW Raiders. We'd like to welcome up the head coach for the UC Stars, who are runners-up today, just to say a few words on behalf of the team.
I'll keep this short. Oh, look at the camera. I'm terrible at this. I'm just really proud of our team. And I think one thing that I'm certain of is every single time we took the field this year, we were better. And that doesn't happen without a really great opponent. And I think the Raiders presented us with that this year. Every time we played, I felt like you guys were better and we were better. So, and the score today is probably a reflection of that. I think it's a fair outcome for how these two teams played. And I think it's a really good exhibition. There's so much talent on the field in this game. It's a really good exhibition of women's sport and what we should be doing more of. So, that's that. Oh, it's just a hand.
Now, before we hand out the trophy to the winning team, we do have to nominate the MVP for today, and that goes to Alex Barker from the Raiders. You want to say a few words? You want to say anything?
I just want to say thank you to the Stars for an absolutely cracker game. To the Raiders for the last 2 years of football, thank you. You guys have been the best.
Now, from the winning team, I'd like to call up head coach Dane just to say a few words.
Thank you, mate. Just say a massive thanks to the Stars and the Ducks as well. Just you guys coming for this Women's League this year. I think with the trouble that the Women's League is having or has had, it's great to see the commitment from everyone regardless of what's happening. So a massive thanks for you guys and being the strong team that you ended up being at the back end of the season. With the score shows that it wasn't going to be a runaway from us at any stage. You guys made us earn it, and thank you for that. Yes, well, yeah. The second part here, obviously, thank you to the Raiders, thank you to our supporters, thank you to the men's and everybody else that came and watched us today. Your support here means the world to us and you guys as well. Obviously, the last game of the season, we get everyone down to training. Classic. But thank you guys all for being here and congrats again on another Opal Bowl for you guys.
Your 2024 Opal Bowl champions are UNSW Raiders. Congratulations. Hey, guys, sorry to be a pain. About to come out.
Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin.